Hi, I'm Jackie, and this is Mike, and we are Explorers in Motion. We gave up on the status quo and decided to follow our dream. We've been doing this for now 4 years. So thank you for watching our channel, and please like and subscribe. Hi there, and welcome to Explorers in Motion. I am really so excited because we are finally, after waiting 2 months, going to be heading to the Bahamas. I'm so excited. So we took about 24 hours to motor sail from Key West to Isla Mirada. We were trying to make it up to Rodriguez Key, but we're going to go ahead and just leave from here today and head on over to Bimini to check in. The reason it took us 2 months is we wanted to wait until we had a good wind component. We don't have the best wind. We haven't had good wind. We wanted to wait for a westerly wind because we're in a catamaran. We're really good with wind coming from behind us, but we never got that wind. So this is the first time that we've had an opportunity to travel where there's not too much wind. We can motor sail, but also we are crossing the Gulf Stream. So there's a lot of things that have to happen in order to successfully cross without any incident. One is not a lot of waves, and today the water's nice and calm. Maybe 1 to 2 foot waves with 4 to 5 seconds in between. So that's really nice and calm. Also, we absolutely do not want to sail or motor sail with a northern wind across the Gulf Stream, because the Gulf Stream is a river running through the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, right? And it runs 2 to 3 knots faster, maybe even 5 knots I've heard, but 2 to 3 knots faster than the regular ocean. Well, it's running north when we're crossing it because it's going from south of Florida all the way up to the UK, up to England. And so when we're crossing it, we want to make sure that we don't have the northern wind, because the northern wind hitting against the southern, I guess the northern pushing water, and the northern wind coming opposing that can cause some very, very bad waves and very dangerous situations. So we don't want to do that. Safety first. So today's a good day, and we've provisioned. We've been waiting out all these tropical storms and such in South Florida in Key West, and so we are very, very excited about this trip. So I'm going to document all of our way over there. So if you like it, please like and subscribe. I so appreciate that. Thank you, and let's see how it goes. This is our GPS, pretty much, leaving Key West all the way over to Bimini. So Mike has mapped out our trek of how we're going to get there. So we just follow this along, and it will send us across the Gulf Stream into the Bahamas, where we will check in to customs in Bimini. And this is showing that we have 12.5 feet below our keel. So Mike has programmed that to show how much water we have below our boat, which is really good because it's more accurate for us anyway. So the wind is, what is that, 12 knots directly in front of us. So this is why we cannot just sail. It's directly in front of us, so we can't really sail with would-be irons right now. And we're going about 4 knots, 3.5, 4 knots. We prefer to go around 5, but we knew that with the wind in front of us, it's going to be challenging, and we're motoring the whole way. So, and of course, this is our direction we're going in, and that's it. So we're pretty excited and stoked about finally. Oh, there's those stupid crab traps on the way up here. We got stuck in 2 crab traps around both of our propellers, and Mike had to get out with a knife and his snorkeling gear and cut us loose from both of them. We ended up having to spend the night in the Atlantic Ocean because at 4:30 in the morning our engine stopped. You know, it was dark. We couldn't see the crab traps, and the crab trap field that we were in, they were dark. They were like painted black. Alright, we got a little bit of wind that picked up, and we adjusted a little bit more towards northeast. So we'll see. We got the engine in neutral, so we'll see if we can sail. Right now we're going about 3.5 knots. And we wanted to be a little bit more than that, but we'll see. It would be nice if we didn't have to use the engines and we could you know, preserve our, you know, diesel. But we do definitely need to get over there as soon as we can. So we'll see what we can do. Keep you posted. It's lunchtime. I'm so excited. So I have to make these pre-made meals, which I have salads here, because if I don't get seasick, thank goodness, but if I stay down below for too long while we're underway, I do get a little nauseous. So I just wouldn't be able to make this beautiful salad while we're underway. So I pre-make several meals if I know we're going to be sailing overnight. That way I can just grab it, put the dressing on there, and I'm out. And one of them is Caesar, so I got some cheese and some Caesar dressing. And the other one, I think I'm going to make a taco salad with a little bit of ranch, and of course my absolute favorite Cholula hot sauce. So, and then of course I refilled our water bottles. It's very important to keep hydrated when you're in these long passages. We're coming up to the area where there's a lot of deep sea fishermen here, and Mike was telling me that the fishermen like to come here because there's a ridge there that goes from, like, what'd you say, 40 feet to 70 feet, and he read that those fish like to hang out at that ridge. What kind of fish were there? All kinds of fish. Ooh. You okay, babe? Yeah. Ooh, these waves. Getting a little bouncy here. But yeah, here's our fisherman. Interesting. Looks like there were quite a few here. Now they're like moving to another spot. So, alright. So Mike has turned off the engine to see if how sailing is. How's it going with sailing? What's our speed at sailing? Looks like we're at 4.5 to 5 knots. Okay. All right. Mike's got setting it up to have one trolling line on the end, so you can see the blue trolling line and then the rubber thing. Once that pulls, we know that we have a fish on the end. And then the line is in the water. You can see it in the water. It's got the lure on the end. Come on, get us some dinner. Woohoo! And there is I think it's called Pickles Reef. And then that's where all these little boats are at doing some snorkeling or scuba diving way out here. How close those are. Oh gosh. So Mike is going to lift his lure to try to avoid them. Oh gosh, they're right under us. Oh.
This side is fine.
Oof. And we got this boat behind us. I don't know what. Sailor's Choice. That's what it is. I don't know if it's a fishing boat. I don't know what the deal is, but they came up right behind us. You did?
Yeah.
Were you able to save it? Oh, good. Oh, goodness. This is crazy, isn't it? Wow. I don't know if that's a fishing boat. There's too high up to be fishing, but I don't know what they're there for.
Is there anything in front of us?
Nope. Nope, we're good. These waves are picking up a little bit, but they're still nice and smooth. Now we're around a snorkeling area at 120 feet. I guess we got some more people that's going to do, oh, they're picking up a fish or something. Yeah, a chum bag. Yeah. And then we got some people over here. I'm sure they're doing scuba. Well, we got people fishing out here too. Yeah, fishing and scuba diving. Because we're at it. I know, yeah, you would, they're chumming the water, you think there'd be sharks over here, and then there's people with dive flags on. Oh, maybe they're not afraid of the sharks, baby. Oh. Well, we are in the Gulf Stream now. Don't really tell that we're going 2-3 knots faster. Can you tell? No, you can't really tell. But we're in the Gulf Stream now, and you can see with this easterly wind, it's nice and calm. There are some waves, as you can see the boat rocking a little bit, but it's not too bad at all. You can see we're approaching the middle of the Gulf Stream. We're having a motor because look, we're going right into the wind. So we took our jib down, but we're at 374 feet. We're going 5.6 knots. So we're doing pretty good. And behind us, well, you could see Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Can't really see them anymore. But yeah, this is really nice. I don't know if you can see, but kind of where the jagged line is, where our boat is, you can kind of see where the jagged line is. That's where we picked up the Gulf Stream. I'm not sure if you can see it, and we're kind of wobbling, so it's kind of difficult to see, but you can kind of see how we were on a clear line and now we're all jagged. So that's where the Gulf Stream picked up. And then this is the middle of it. So we got a little ways to go to get to the other side. You can see where the black line is. That is our GPS, our line where we need to go. And so we're going to turn port side towards the left. And you can see we're above, I think at 550, because I think it's depth finder stops working after 550 feet. But we got 14 knots of wind coming from the east. Right now we're motor sailing, so we got about 5.5 knots of speed. So we are about to start turning. Let's see, and if we get good wind, we're going to turn off the engine and sail. Woohoo! Alright, we're almost in course, and you can see how the wind has shifted a little bit. Yeah, between 30 and 60. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, alright, so let's adjust the boom and then get the jib out and let's do some sailing. Yeah, I think, yeah, it looks good. It looks real good. Alright. Oh yeah, see how much calmer it is now that we're not going right into the waves. Oh, yeah, this is much calmer. But yeah, if you definitely make sure there's a nice wind direction. This is from the east, and pick a time whenever the waves are not going to be very high. This is, like I said, 1 to 2 feet with it said 2 to 3 seconds intervals, but it looks pretty choppy here. But still, this is so much calmer than what it was when we were going right into those waves. So we are definitely on course for a Bimini.
For 4.5 hours. We should be able to motor for 12 hours before I have to fill it up. So we've got another
Fill it up.
7.5.
Fill the gas tank?
Yeah, 7.5 hours of motoring before I have to add any more gas to it.
7.5 hours of motoring or sailing?
We could go another 7.5 hours.
Oh, before you have
motoring
to.
Before I have to add gas.
Okay, good.
If we don't have to motor anymore, I don't have to add gas.
Oh, good. All right. Well, so we are on wind energy right now. We're sailing. We got about 4 knots of speed. Right on course. We're doing good. So hopefully we can just sail the rest of the way until we get close to Bimini before we turn the engines on, but we will see. So we took the jib down because we were going too fast for when we need to arrive, because we like to arrive at daytime and at night. And when we did an accidental jibe, which turned our boat in the opposite direction, which we've done an accidental jibe in big waves before, and it is pretty scary. But here it wasn't so bad, but we did have to turn on the engine to get us back on course again. Whew, but doing almost 6 knots, that's going to put us too fast because we're already picking up 2 knots of speed with the Gulf Stream. All right, well, we got way off course. We just used the jib. Oh, we pulled the jib completely in and put the mainsail over to the starboard side, and it got us way off course. You can see how far off we're getting. But now we've used the engines to get us back on course. We're gonna go into irons, into the wind, and Mike's gonna put 2 reefs in the sail, in the mainsail. Hopefully that will keep us on course when we're sailing. And then we'll pull the jib back out. Right, babe?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what that does. Are you going to wait until we get back on the...
We need to get in irons.
Oh, in irons? Okay, so we're almost there.
All right, you're taking over.
Okay, I'm taking over while he goes up there. All right, so you need me... let me undo this so that this can run smoothly. All of our, oops, this thing is in the way. All right. All right, let me, I'm gonna try to get us a little bit more so that this is right in the middle. This means we're directly in irons. I'm adjusting it just a little bit. All right, we're in irons. We're in the middle, babe.
Still getting set up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are we in irons?
We're in irons. Okay, we need to get back in the middle. Okay, we're in the middle. This thing is... Okay. Okay, Mike put a reef, 2 reefs in the mainsail. We got the jib out, and now we're getting back on course. And hopefully, we haven't tried it without the engines yet, but hopefully we'll get us to what do you want, around 3? 3 would be good, because the wind's supposed to pick up later tonight, which will add speed to us as well. But we're going to have a spectacular sunset. Alright, back on course. 4 knots of speed, well, between 4 and 5, but more like 4 knots of speed. So that's down a bit, so that we want to arrive in the daytime. Okay, we don't want to, the Bahamas is very tricky because it's very shallow. There's of course reefs everywhere and coral everywhere, and it's kind of it's tricky to get around in the daytime, much less at night. So we don't want to have to try to find an anchor, and we're going into Browns. I don't think there's any way we can get in there at night because it's pretty tricky even in the daytime. So that's why we got to slow it down. All right, it's just that we got 2 extra nautical miles of speed in the Gulf Stream that's pushing us. So Mike adjusted the mainsail to help us. Now we're down to 3, babe. 3.2. That's good. That's real good. All right, but now we're getting off course a little bit again. Okay, so Mike's gonna adjust that a bit. While he does that, we'll just enjoy this phenomenal sunset. Isn't that beautiful? See if I can get this line out of the way. Oh, it's gone behind the cloud. This is why the Gulf Stream is so tricky, guys. It's because, well, we've tried 2 different things, and you can see we're being pushed north. We want to go east, and we're getting pushed north. We don't want to get too far off of where we want to go because, you know, we want to end up in Bimini. So we may have to motor. Babe, we may have to motor, or at least just let us carry it up a little further north. We have to truck back to Bimini if you just want to sail. I don't know. That's where we are right now. Got good speed, just going further north. Alright, so Mike adjusted the reef and the mainsail. Got a little bit tighter, and then he got the, you can see this, got the jib real tight. What is this, a close haul?
Yeah.
Got him on a close haul. They're real tight, and he got us back to parallel, almost parallel with our GPS line. So, luckily we're not going way up north, right? We'll stay with this, and we're sailing. We got the motor on, but it's in neutral. So this is good. This is good news. And then we're at 3.4 knots, so that's good. Good, baby. You did great, honey.
Wow.
We shall see. There's the sun again. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. We got our mattress out. This is where we're going to take turns sleeping. We'll put it down here. Take turns sleeping once nightfall. What works for us is 1 hour off. Pretty, pretty. Oh, we got a tanker right there. Hopefully they're going that direction. We're going this direction. We got the moon out now. Isn't that pretty? So the sun has set. We are back on track. Took us a little bit because the wind is coming from the east, but the Gulf Stream definitely caught us while we were sailing. Got us off course a little bit, but we are back on course. I got another salad to eat because I'm hungry again. So, a yummy salad. So, yum. So I eat this, and then Mike might eat a little bit later. And then when it starts getting darker, we will start taking turns sleeping. And like I said, it'd be 1 hour on, 1 hour off. This works for us. A lot of other people we've talked to, like 4 hours on, 4 hours off. But this works really good for us. So no reason at all. We were on course out of the blue. We did an absolute jive of 180 degrees. We need to be going towards the moon, and now we're going back towards the sun. So maybe this is why they advise you to use your engines during crossing the Gulf Stream. Last time we crossed the Gulf Stream, the wind was at our back, so it was really nice. We sailed the whole way. But this has been a little challenging this time, but we are learning, aren't we? That was crazy. Mike got us back on course. Well, not on course. We're going northeast. And the wind is at 8.5 knots. And then we're going about 4 knots. So we'll be going a little bit further out, but that's okay, because I mean that'll give us another hour on, I guess, so we can get into the sunlight. That'd be good. We have, oh, it is gorgeous. It's beautiful, actually. And then behind us, still in the Gulf Stream. We won't be in the Gulf Stream for a while because we're heading northeast. Now we got how long? About 12 more hours, 12 to 13 more hours before we hit Bimini. Yeah. We've been sailing all night long. There's Bimini. I think we still have about 2 hours to go. We are, the Gulf Stream took us a little bit further out to the north than we had anticipated. But we got back on track pretty good. The wind is kind of behind us right now, if you can kind of see. We've got 11 knots of wind coming kind of from the south, and we're going between 6 and 7 knots, and I'm tired. And actually, I forgot, from Rodriguez Key, it's 15 hours, but from Isla Morada, it was like 20 hours. So, yeah. Not pretty. Oh, glad to see the sun. Alright guys, so we are very close to Bimini. I think we're maybe 2 hours out. Oh, the wind, it's not very strong about almost 8 knots of speed with, here let me, it's 13 knots of wind. We're tired. We've already been traveling, what babe? Like 12 to 12, that's 18, like it'd be 20 hours I think by the time we get to 50, so it's a long passage. We're tired. That's not even very long, but it's long for us right now because we're tired. I'll be glad when we get there. Here comes the sun, da-da-da-da. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. So happy to see the sun rising. Doing 5 nautical miles in the Bahamas. Woohoo, baby! Woohoo! Alright, so we finally arrived, and we are checking into Brown's Marina, and Mike has got to go do all the immigration stuff. I am not allowed to leave the boat until he is finished with that. And Roster, who is the guy who works here, is amazing. He helped us last year. We love him so much. So he's going to get our immigration papers, and then we'll get all that done. Yay!